Hello, hello. Need some water. Okay, man, it's so hard. Like when you're listening to music, and then you can't listen to music. Um, like I was listening to a song, but I can't listen to the music and also do this, which kind of goes into the topic of the video today, kind of like balancing being a small YouTuber and anxiety. Music really helps me kind of like calm my anxiety, but the thing is, to record, obviously you can't listen to music, right? Because of copyrights and all of that. So, yeah, it's just a lot to balance because honestly, this week I'm not like the most motivated to honestly record. I just kind of wanted to make this video in the moment as I'm in the middle of it, and kind of like this is a real case study example. The energy is there, you know. I kind of give advice to being consistent even when you have anxiety, or maybe you suffer from ADHD, or you're a procrastinator like me. Um, but I want to talk about being a small YouTuber. Yeah, and I kind of wanted to give tips on how to like stay mentally consistent. Um, it doesn't matter if you post like once a month, every 2 months, every 2 weeks, you know, you gotta have consistency. You gotta have consistency to get anywhere. Um, when a lot of people make videos like this, they don't really see it in the intersection and the reality of when you create videos, when you suffer from anxiety. Like even before recording this video, I just like felt so nervous. The only thing I wanted to do honestly was continue being on my phone and watching YouTube and being in my comfort zone. But we're here, and this is the first step example of you just gotta push through. Anxiety. Like I be saying in my other videos about anxiety is kind of like a really general term when it comes to psychology. It's kind of like an umbrella term for a lot of different things. It's not just the feeling of nervousness, even though I do feel really nervous right now for whatever reason, because I'm alone in a room, like literally no one's watching. And I feel like a huge anxiety for the youth is showing up online like consistently. Like obviously we show up online, like we all see that, but sometimes when you're just kind of off to yourself and then randomly you're like, yeah, I want to start posting more. You have this inner voice inside of you, especially your anxiety, like, am I cringe? Am I taking myself too serious? Will people call me a flop? Will people think I'm trying too hard? Especially in a day and age where it's kind of like expected for things to just kind of like happen naturally. And a lot of times we don't see the process of people, what they go through. All of that's kind of like hidden in the shadows, and you just kind of see the final product and don't see all the nerves that people also have when trying to build something. But honestly, my biggest advice is you're creating for you, you're creating for your vision. Sometimes you just gotta tell that inner voice in your head that it doesn't matter. Like all those thoughts are just thoughts at the end of the day. That's not reality, even though when you hear it in your mind it feels so real. But at the end of the day, you post consistently, you put yourself out there, you do it for your vision, for your mission statement, whatever that mission statement may be. And if you don't have a mission statement for yourself, a lot of times people think like mission statements are like for organizations. Like, no, you should have a mission statement for your life. And you're about to ask, what's your mission statement? I don't have one, but it sounded really good, so I think I'm gonna make one after this video. And also as a tip, you gotta remember, numbers do not define you at all. I don't see art as a numbers game. Like literally one of my favorite poems, I have told myself that I'm not going to show anyone except for a handful of people. I feel like we should start normalizing poetry and art as a form of creating for community and not just numbers. So like, yeah, does it feel nerve-wracking when like my views would be like this? Yes. But you have to remember that like numbers don't define you. Like I believe honestly that poem was one of the dopest things I ever created, and to my choice, only that'd be four. Only two people have ever heard this poem, and it's gonna be up to me for whenever I want to release that art, if ever, to the world. Anyways, back to the topic of the video. Sometimes people get numbers entangled into who we are, and it kind of bleeds into the essence of whatever you see that number as. You define that number as who you are. Anxiety makes you tired sometimes, makes you fatigued. It makes you just wanna give up. But here, the Sidebark Squad, we don't give up. We do not give up, because life isn't fun if you're just sitting there giving up. Like, yeah. I like low-key forgot where I was at going through that whole technical thing. That John just made me want to sip some matcha and call it a day. I'm not even gonna lie. Where was I? Oh, okay, so a lot that right there, my camera battery dying made me just want to stop right then and there. And when you have anxiety, that tends to happen. You feel fatigued, you feel tired. You know, when you have anxiety or ADHD. I'm sure I have my back. But yes. When you have, but yes. Losing my train of thought. But yes, when you have anxiety or ADHD, sometimes you tend to just like quit. Like that camera battery right then and there, I'm just like, put in the flag. But you're just gonna have to keep pushing through, you know? You can't bring those emotions to what you want to do in your life. I get it. You just gotta bring your emotions out of it and save those emotions for your art, your loved ones, you know? Not for something you gotta keep coming back to day in and day out, week by week, because you're just gonna burn out. I feel like what creating taught me is that I understand like why people say, at first I didn't understand why people say like showing up for your channel, I didn't understand why people said showing up for your own project, your own channel, your own business is hard, but I get it now. The dopamine hit you get from working and then getting that money is a lot more motivating than just keep doing something for weeks and months. And you know, like money's nice, you know, like I can't even really say I feel like it's self-explanatory why you would want to do stuff for money and not just sit there and do stuff, you know, and there's no money. But or there's like no money or like recognition, or you know, you getting brownie points and stuff like that. I mean, like money, especially everything going on right now, like, you know, it's not the, you know, where we got a whole bunch of free time on our hands, you know, like every second is like, you know, crazy out here, bro. Yeah, starting your own channel, going for your own dreams, and building up your channel stuff, it doesn't give you like the instant dopamine hit like you get when you're getting paid. Yeah, okay, then sorry, I'm like pretty much a road, because literally like in the middle of writing this script, I don't know why after those lines I started getting anxiety attack, but I literally froze got anxiety attack for 15 minutes. I was just like in a bubble, dazed out, and then I continued again. I was just like, I don't even know where I'm at, where I am, what was I thinking about? But yeah, that's kind of how it feels to be like a brand new YouTuber. Some of your videos kind of expand to different audiences, and some just say where your home is on your channel, and that's okay. You know, there's no reason to feel nervous, there's no reason to freak out or panic or beat yourself up over it. But my biggest advice I can give is, when you're starting out, is to create your own reward system. Like, hey, if I finish this edit, I can eat a cookie. If I shoot this video, I can just relax. I don't know what relaxes y'all. It all comes together, I hope. I'm like reading what I wrote, and I think I was trying to calm myself while I was writing this. So yeah, I feel like that's all I have for this video. Also, if you like shorts, I'm making a little fall short series, I hope, and some stuff for the spooky season, so check that out. Still procrastinator, I'm still scripting those out, but I hope to have some cool stuff for the fall. And you know, if you get bored and you want to watch some YouTube shorts, you can be my pumpkins, not my cyborg, my cyborg pumpkins. I don't want to say not cyborg, but you can be my cyborg pumpkins and check those out. And hopefully I can find, like, I have not seen a tree that turned red or yellow. Like, I know they're out there somewhere. I'm just gonna have to go find it. But yeah, that's all I got. I don't know how to close these. I feel awkward. I feel nice.